Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back into my channel. So in this lab, um we're gonna configure IPv4 and IPv6 default statics and default route. Default route. So here's the lab topology. Now, guys, this lab is a little bit higher than the CCNA level. It's a CCNP lab, like especially like student that studies for CCNP enterprise. So this is your lab. There go the addressing table for this lab. So if you type it, there go the addressing table. The address table for this lab. See all the NFS, IP addresses, and prefixes. And there go the lab objective. So we have to configure IPv4 for default route and the 6. We have to do the route for the internal LAN. And we have to configure the internal LAN. So the IPv4 and the v6. So in part one, so note that the static routing approach that is used in this lab is used to assess your ability to configure different type of static route only. This approach may not reflect networking best practice. Now, configure IPv4 static and floating default route. The PT network requires static route to provide internet access to the internal LAN users through the ISP. In addition, the ISP routers require static routes to reach the internal LAN. In this part of the of the activity, you will configure an IPv4 static default route and a floating default route to add redundancy to the network. So in part one, let's go ahead and pull up packet tracer so we can start see what we're doing. So in part one, guys, so what we will do is we will configure an IPv4 static default route. So let's just go ahead and start making our hands dirty. So what we will do, so we're gonna be floating on the edge of the router. We're gonna configure an IP directly connected to the IPv4 floating statics. Okay. So why don't we go ahead and start our configuration as we've been given to. So ISP1, which is this one here. Let's go ahead and make it big. Okay, so then we put it on enable mode, conf t, height. Let's do IP route. Zero. Then we get what? 0.0.0.0. Then we do, so the address table of what we've been given was what? C, bang, bang, bang. So the ISP, so this IP address. See if Patricia is going to take it. Let's pull it back. Let's go here. Let's go right there. Control V so it doesn't take it. Okay. I got to type it in. So 10.10.10.1. As it says, valid next up. It's this router. What are you doing? Did I do? Just a second, guys. Double check here to make sure. Okay. So maybe this have to be done on the edge route. To save, no. So whoosh. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, guys. So let's go ahead and see if we can pull all this. Let's go ahead and go right there. Download the packet tracer. Let's pull the log. Okay, guys. So I apologize for that. This was so let's open this. Let's make it bigger. So on the edge route, we have to make so we have to do enable of P, right? And we do IP route, safest tickets. Okay, IP route, so 0.0.0.0.0.0. And the IP address is 10.10.10.1, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go ahead and double check to make sure. So on the edge route, correct. Okay. One, zero. Okay, so my mistake, I see. So I missed 10. 0.0. Oh. Okay. So that was the problem since day one. Now we gotta do other route is supposed to be, I will check the table being provided. Okay. So the other route supposed to be 10.10.5.5. Right? Now, to configure the IPv6 route, let's X out. There's no need for that. We could do that from here. So let's just do IP version 6, IPv6 route. That's a ticket. :/0. And it's to. So if you wonder where I get these IP addresses from, you could refer to the addressing table that we've been provided. So 8 and :A::1 ::1. Right. So let's double check to make sure. Yep. Yep. So this one here we type it in. This one here we type it in. Okay, guys. For now, we could do the other configuration is the same with just 1 to 5, right? Now we could do IP route 192.168. Now again, if you asking where do I get this IP address, you could always refer to this addressing table here. That's what we've been given, and that's what we work with. So there's those addresses. That's what we type it in. So it's 192.0.0.10. And you got a 255, 255, 255, 255. So the serial, save here. Zero, zero, zero. Okay. So to explain what we're doing is, so we configure. So on the wedge router, we configure a direct connected IPv4 default static route, and we. So first of all, we configure the IPv6 static default route on the edge router, and we configure the next hop static default route. This primary default route should be through router ISP1. Now the second, we have to configure an IPv6 floating static default route So we're working on the edge router. IPv6. So let's go ahead and continue with the configuration. Right? So we could do all power, the serial, instead of 1, we do 5. And then let's do the IP default route for IPv6. Do IPv6 route. And then we have the, go ahead and start typing things. So we get the 2001, then dash, you get the DB8, then we get that :F::F, ::10 /128. This is IPv6. Then we get the 201 :, DB8 :A:1 ::1. Right? Now, all we got to do is the up arrow, and we move the 1 to 2, and the 1 here, space 5. So we pretty much have done all the configuration from here to there on the edge router. Now let's do this for the ISP1 router. What am I doing? So they go to the edge router, and let's go on the ISP1. Let's go ahead. So IPO is gonna make it take forever, but it's okay. For now, guys, we're gonna do this for the ISP1 router. Apologize, so this might take a little bit of time to. So that's so on the ISP1, we're gonna configure the next hop. So we're gonna configure the next hop of IPv4 static route on the land 1. Network. Go ahead. Ooh. I don't know why you're doing this, but hey. Okay, so it says enable conf t, make this bigger. And we could say IP route 192.168.10.16. Then we get 255.255.255.240. Then we get 10.10.10.2. So if you wonder where do we get these IP addresses that we type in again, you could refer to the address. So now go change this 32, then change this to 224. Okay. Now let's go ahead and configure the gigabit interface on the ports. Okay, that. Let's remove this. Tell you what, let's go ahead and do about because we could get that really well. So it's the 192.168.11. It's 10. 92.168.10.16. Then 255, 255, 255, 240 gigabit 0/0 to 5. Go on 0 to 5. Does it say the value? See what mistake we make. 255. Oh yeah, I see. Space. 40 gig 0.0/5. So we good. Now, stop our exchange routing table. Oh, so it is, man. I gotta erase all these. 32. Oh yeah, so 255.255.255. 224 gig 0/0 to 5. Okay, so now let's make this for the IPv6. IP version 6 on the edge router. I mean on the ISP router. Let's say route. So 001 dash OB8 1 dash 10 dash dash /64 001 8 dash A dash 1 dash dash 2. And now, next IP being provided on the IP address table is, let's see, oh wow, I wish I could have this. It's unfortunate that I gotta type all of them. So say, see if we could erase. Good. So we could erase. So say view. So it's one. Make this 11. All right. So we refer to the addressing table. Then could do the same for 10. Let's go ahead and make this change. Let's check this again, the same. So it's FF. SP1. Edge router. Oh, it's FF. Oh, let me make a mistake. Not a mistake, but we typed the wrong IP address on the IPv6. So it's F. So it's FF. Let's make this F. And make this F. Yes, 10. So I know IPv6 so annoyed, but yes, I like it. It's 11. And /64. Okay, guys, so pretty much that's all we gotta do in this lab simulation. So there go the edge router with all the IP addresses that we've been typing in. And there go now they're in the ISP1, so there go the ones for the edge router. So thank you so very much. I appreciate you following along with me. If you was following along, so that's basically how we configure the default routes for IPv4 and IPv6. So thank you again for following along. Stay tuned for another video. Thank you. Bye-bye.